Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Now, recently a subscriber asked, David, I have a really big problem with loving myself. I know that I shouldn't say or feel these things every morning, but it's hard. How can I get over this? You know, one of the hardest things that I had to deal with is what you're going through right now. I think there's a big misconception of what people feel like loving yourself is. You think that loving yourself is like you waking up every morning and everything is fucking sunshine. Yeah! That's not realistic. That's not life. I'm not gonna tell you shit that every day is gonna work out the way that you want to, because it's not. If that was the case, I would have won the Powerball. I would be a millionaire, and right now, me and a fucking unicorn will be fucking shit up. But let's start off with a couple of misconceptions that people have about this whole term of loving yourself. Loving yourself means that you're making excuses and you're not gonna better yourself. That's not the case. Loving yourself means respecting yourself in the sense that even though you're not perfect, you are going to try and get better every day, and you are going to improve yourself as a human being, and even if you fall short of that, it's okay. There will be another day. Loving yourself means that you're conceited. No, I hate it when people say that shit. You know what that means? It's just the concept of saying that you are not gonna be the first person in the day that wakes up and brings yourself down. I think too many people, you yourself included, do that, and that is a horrible thing to deal with every day. When you wake up in the morning, you are the first person to doubt yourself. How hard is that? Life is not designed to be easy, it's designed to break you down, but you were designed to fight that shit. But you can't do that if you're the first person to tell yourself that you're a piece of shit. Do you understand that concept? Every day of your life, you are gonna have to deal with, you will walk outside the door, somebody will doubt you. Somebody will tell you that you're not pretty enough, that you're not worth it, that nothing is gonna happen for you, and that you won't achieve anything. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's what it is, that's life. But for me, I expect other people to think that about me, but I refuse to be the first person to say that to myself. How are you going to reflect and say everything that the world thinks about you? You should be the person to tell yourself in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? You got this shit. You're tight. Your breasts aren't that big, man, boobies. Your penis is perfect. They're gonna mold that shit. It's gonna be the hottest selling dildo in all of the history of dildids. There's no real how to this. You just gotta really take the time to get to know yourself and say, hey, you know what? I'm fucking worth it. And I'm not telling you this like it's going to be easy. It was hard for me too, man. There was a certain point in my life in college where, because I was wasting my parents' money and not really doing well, I looked in the mirror, I was like, you know what, dude, why the fuck are you even here? Not in the sense of why are you even in college, it's like, why the fuck are you alive? What's with your existence? You're just sucking the money out of your parents. You're sitting here not bettering yourself as a human being. Am I really providing anything to society? These are hard thoughts that I thought to myself. But the difference between what I did compared to what other people did, instead of wallowing in my self-hate and hating myself every day for the way that I was living, I took that as a challenge and I made myself better so I could look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm proud of what you did today. I'm proud that you went out and you were proactive and you went to better yourself instead of looking at myself and saying, you know what? I hate that person. So I have to ask you this, and I always talk about accountability. What are you doing right now? What are you doing every day so that when you wake up, you are proud of what you did the day before? Because for me, before I turn off this light and I set my fat ass to sleep, I make sure that I know that today I accomplished something, that I deserve this sleep, and the next morning I'm gonna kick ass. If you have a habit of doubting yourself in the morning, then you're gonna have to switch that routine up, my friend. Yeah, I know that it's fucking easier said than done, and we could talk about all the negatives of why that saying doesn't make sense. There's somebody else out there that has it better than you. Well, guess what? There's also people out there who have it worse than you or are experiencing something similar to what you're doing, and they're doing okay. They're perfectly fine. So just deal with that, think about that, and suck on that. What I'm saying, kid, is that you'll be fine. Look at me. When I started doing stand-up comedy, my dad looked at me and said, oh, you want to be poor? And what did I say? I said, you know what, daddy? Woo!